Hey guys, Josh here and welcome back to Story of Seasons, Pioneers of Olive Town, and in today's video I'll be covering everything you need to know about mining, from the differences between the three mines, various little tips and tricks, especially on how to get to the bottom of the third mine, and also how to find orichalcum. If you have any questions about mining, hopefully this video will answer them for you. I think this is going to be geared a little bit more for beginners, but even if you're pretty advanced in the game, hopefully you'll still learn a thing or two. And yeah, so let's just start right away with the first mine, and as you can see I don't go there very often right now, so I kind of blocked the way just to decorate. Alright, so here we are in the first mine, which is accessible from the very beginning of the game, and here you'll be able to find stone, iron, as well as white opal. So in this very first mine there's 10 floors, and to go down the floor you'll have to find a ladder. So sometimes the ladder will be visible right away, which makes things very easy, but sometimes you'll have to break rocks in order to find a ladder. And there's just a few things to take into consideration if you want to save time and energy. The ladder cannot be on a rock that's around the previous ladder, so if there were any rocks around here, the ladder couldn't be there. And also it cannot be right next to the wall. So for example, in this rock over here, there's not going to be any ladder. Also in this one, there's not going to be any ladder, so it's probably one of these two. Well, it could be the other one as well, but yeah, right here. It doesn't make much of a difference at the beginning, but trust me, in the third mine, you will want to save your energy as much as you can. And as you can see, there's a stone here that's a little bit more brownish color, so that's the iron, whereas these gray rocks will always just give you stones. And there's also these veins on the wall, so in each mine you're gonna get veins with different materials, and in this first mine the veins will give you iron and stone. We also have deposits on the floor, and these one will also change depending on the mine. So in the first mine here you can get white opal, iron, and stone. So let's see what we get, and we're quite lucky and we've got some white opal. So the white opal doesn't have much purpose in the game. Its main purpose will be to craft the jewel maker. So the jewel maker is this one right here. You'll unlock it at level 6 of mining, and we'll talk about it a little bit later in this video. Alright, so I'm now on floor level 10 of the first mine, and once you get here for the very first time, you'll get 3 white opals. Alright, so that's pretty much it for the first mine, and after you repair this bridge, you'll unlock access to the second mine, which is right here. So the second mine goes quite deeper than the first one. It has 30 levels, and as you can see right away, one of the first new things we have are these moles. They're actually called baddies. So you'll see these on all floors of the second mine except the ones that are multiple of 10. So on the floor 10, 20, and 30, there is not going to be any of these. And if you touch them, they're gonna make you lose some stamina, and you can hit them with your hammer. Of course, the stronger your hammer is, the easier it's gonna get, and they just give you random stuff. They can also give you time-worn objects that you can get appraised at the museum. But honestly, I wouldn't bother with them too much because they're using a lot of your energy and time, and yeah, I wouldn't bother too much with them. Also in the second mine, just like in the first mine, you'll be able to get stone as well as iron, and there's also silver. Just like in the first mine, in the veins you'll be able to find stone, iron, but also silver, glass rock, coal lumps, and diamond. So the coal lumps and the glass rock especially are quite useful for crafting, so make sure you get those veins. And in the floor deposits, you'll be able to get red beryl, silver, and stone. So as you can see, we got 1 red beryl. And from floor 21 to floor 29, you get a slim chance of finding ruby. And once you've reached level 30, you have a 100% chance of finding ruby. And the first time you reach floor 30, the sprite will also allow you to teleport to an area with a minigame that I'm gonna show you right now. So you're gonna unlock this area over here, and if you talk to this sprite, you're gonna be able to do a mining minigame. And if you reach 4,500 points in this minigame, you'll get 2 extra hearts. And the better your hammer and the better your mining skills, the easier it's gonna get. But what I recommend doing in this game is to make sure you get these veins, because sometimes you can get diamonds, and diamonds will give you 1,000 points. But other than that, make sure you try to get the rare minerals such as a sapphire and ruby, because these are the ones that are going to give you the most points. And as you can see, there's a time limit, and also your stamina is capped at 10 hearts, so it goes down quite quickly. So this minigame is actually quite hard. I was only able to get over 4,500 points when I got the gold hammer. With the silver hammer, you really need to be quite lucky if you want to win. And I would recommend maybe not wasting your energy too much on these small rocks. So as you can see, I'm over 5,000 right now, so we're gonna be fine. So yeah, the main game is gonna give you 2 extra hearts, and if you want to know how to get the 8 other hearts, I have another video for that, so please make sure to check it out. Alright, so now we're gonna head over to mine number 3. However, a lot of people have been asking me for tips and tricks on how to reach the bottom of the mine. So I'm gonna show you how I personally do it. So the first thing I would recommend doing is just clearing up your inventory, because you're probably gonna be collecting a lot of things in the mine, like this. And now I'm gonna cook a few meals, because you're really gonna need a lot of stamina, especially if you don't have 20 hearts. And you're also gonna need a lot of time, and since cooking takes time in this game, make sure you cook the night before. So what I would recommend at first is to make a few salads or soups. So salads will give you extra hearts, and soups will make your stamina deplete more slowly. Next, I would recommend making some main dish. So it doesn't matter too much, but one of the easiest one to do is the grilled fish. And the main dish is really what's gonna give you the most stamina. And after your main dish, your character is gonna be full for a few hours, so you're not gonna be able to eat any more soup, salad, or main dish. So you're gonna have to make some dessert. So I already made 3 cookies. I think I should have enough food. And also one thing to keep in mind is that the higher the quality of your food, the higher the effect is gonna be. For the main dish, if you have a low quality dish, you're gonna be full for a long time, but with a 8-star or 10-star dish, after 2 or 3 hours, I'm gonna be able to eat again. And now let's go to bed. And it's important to go to bed before 10 p.m. as this will allow you to wake up at 6, and it's just gonna give you a longer day and more time for mining. Alright, so it's 6 a.m. I just woke up, so I'm gonna head over to the 3rd mine. So if it's your first time trying to get to the bottom of the 3rd mine, and maybe you just have the silver or the gold hammer, you're gonna want to maybe neglect your crops or your animal just for one day, so you have the most time for mining. And yeah, so you're gonna unlock the 3rd mine when you repair this bridge. So the first thing you're gonna notice in mine number 3 is these baddies. So these are a little bit stronger than the ones in the 2nd mine, and you'll see these ones from floor 1 to 29, except on 10 and 20. So before you start mining, the first thing I would recommend is, of course, don't forget to eat your soup or your salad, and that's gonna make you stronger or give you some extra hearts. So if I want to be quick, what I'm doing is I'm just focusing on finding the ladder. And as I said earlier, the ladder is not gonna be around the walls, so just focus on the rocks that are kind of like in the middle. And of course, in the 3rd mine, you're gonna be able to find stone, iron, silver, like in the 2nd mine, but also gold. And also the veins will give you pretty much the same thing as in the 2nd mine. However, you'll get gold as well, and a higher chance of finding diamond. And in the floor deposits, you'll have the chance to find gold, stone, or diamond. So in this case, I got gold. And you'll also find these pitfalls, so these can make you drop up to 10 floors, which is quite a lot. However, just keep in mind that the lower it drops you, the more stamina you're gonna lose. So if you don't have a lot of hearts left, I would recommend maybe skipping these. But if you still have a lot of stamina and maybe you don't have a lot of time, I would definitely recommend you go in the pitfalls as much as you can. So for example, we're on floor 7 now. Let's go in. And we're now on floor 11, and I lost a little bit more than a heart. And we're lucky, we got a little lake. We're gonna find these lakes sometimes in the mines. And most of the fish that you can get here, you can get somewhere else, except for the Tasmanian king crab. So the Tasmanian king crab is only in the 3rd mine, and it's a rare fish. So if you have this rare fish bait, I would recommend using it. And you're gonna need at least the gold fishing rod. And I actually never caught it before, so let's try this. So I think that must be the one. So of course, when it's a rare fish, you'll get the red exclamation mark, so you're gonna know that it's a rare fish. And really just try to... And I think I got it right here. Yeah, so that's the Tasmanian king crab. So as I said, you can only find this one in the 3rd mine. And also just keep an eye on your stamina. So as you can see, the effect of my soup worn off already, and I'm only at floor 14. So I'm just gonna eat my other soup. From floor 11 to 19, you'll get a slim chance of finding ruby, and you'll get a 100% chance on floor 20. Then from floor 21 to 29, you're gonna get a small chance of getting sapphire, and you'll get a 100% chance on floor 30. And starting from floor 31, that's when things get really dangerous. You'll get these thunder moles, and these ones are really strong. So I would recommend maybe trying not to mess with them too much. However, they have a chance of giving you the shining objects, which can have very valuable treasures for the museum. So I'm gonna try to show it to you. But if you want to reach floor 50 in one day, I would recommend definitely not wasting too much time and just trying to avoid them as much as you can. And as you can see, they're just super fast. Make sure you charge before they pop up, and you just hit them as soon as you can. Alright, so as you can see, I just got a shining object right here, so this is quite valuable. But unless you're really working on trying to complete your museum, don't mess with them too much. And also starting from floor 31, you'll also get the chance of finding emerald. And at floor 40, you're gonna get a 100% chance of getting emerald. And from floor 42 to 49, you get a very small chance of getting orichalcum, which looks like this. And once you reach level 50, you're gonna get a 100% chance of getting it. And as you can see, I've got 2 diamond as well. So with orichalcum, you also get a small chance of getting diamond. So when you reach floor 50 for the first time, you're gonna get 3 diamonds, which is pretty good. And of course, every time you reach floor 50, you're gonna get guaranteed orichalcum. And orichalcum is just so important in this game for the last tool upgrades, if you want to repair the hydroculture plant, and also for your house upgrade, and so many crafting recipes. However, spending your days in the 3rd mine like this, as you can see, it's already 9 p.m. and I've only got 6 orichalcum ores, so it's really not the most efficient way to get orichalcum. However, that's what you have to do until you reach level 9 of mining. So the next day after you've reached level 9 of mining, you will unlock this area, and that's when mining really gets easier. So this is an area dedicated to mining, and every day there's gonna be new rocks spawning. So you can get everything here from iron to orichalcum, and of course orichalcum is gonna be more rare. So as you can see, I only have 1 today. So I'm gonna make sure I get my orichalcum. However, if you really want to maximize your chance of getting orichalcum the next day, I really do recommend you clear up everything, even though you don't need the iron or the silver and everything else, because for every empty space, there's gonna be a chance of something else spawning, and which means there's gonna be a chance for orichalcum. Alright, so the area is all cleared, so let's come back tomorrow and see how it looks. Alright, so it's now the next day, and as you can see, I've got 1 orichalcum. And if you don't mine anything, it's gonna take 6 days for this area to fill up with rocks, so it doesn't fill up completely every day. But yeah, just keep in mind that the more empty space you have, the higher your chance of getting orichalcum is gonna be. Yeah, that's pretty much it for Stonebreaker Valley. Alright, so just before we wrap up this video, I just want to go over a few other tips and tricks. So make sure you actually sell 1 of each raw ore, especially the glass rock and the coal lumps, as the only way to get these 2 are through the veins, which can be hard to find sometimes. So if you sell 1 of each, even the orichalcum, even though it's quite valuable, the next day they're gonna be available at the general store. So if I head to the general store right now, so as you can see, I can buy the glass rock and the coal lumps, which are very cheap and very useful for crafting. And of course, I can buy all the different ores, including orichalcum, which is quite expensive, but it's always useful just in case of an emergency, or if you need something very quickly, you're gonna have it available in the general store. And not only can you find them at the general store, but also you can find the ores and everything else at the Sprite Village. Also, I just want to go through the different skill levels and things you're going to unlock with the mining skill. So I'm gonna go to the important ones. At level 2, you'll get the ingot maker, and at level 6, you get the jewelry maker. At level 10, you get the giant ingot maker and giant jewelry maker. So at level 4, 7, and 10, for each of these levels, you're gonna get 1 extra ore every time you mine. At level 9, as I said, you'll unlock Stonebreaker Valley. And you will also unlock this gate. So a lot of people have been asking me, how do you get this? So you get this at level 9, and I think it's one of my favorite decorative items in this game. Also, some people have been asking me if it's worth selling these gems. So definitely don't sell the raw ones. However, just put them in the jewel maker, and then they're gonna become a lot more valuable. So just the diamond, for example, 1 diamond is worth 10,000. And once you reach level 9 in mining, all of your ingots and gems are gonna be more valuable. So the diamonds will actually be worth 12,000. So they're definitely a good way to make money. However, just keep in mind that they are used for some recipes. So one of them is at the beauty salon. So after getting married, you're gonna be able to order a wedding dress for 10 diamonds. So it's quite expensive. And a few other recipes to keep in mind are the giant jewel maker. That's gonna need like 10 of each jewel, so that's quite expensive. There's also this treasure chest that requires quite a few. So if you're interested in this one, make sure you keep a few gems. And of course, there's all the different jewelry, so they're pretty good for gifts. If you want to make some ring, some necklace, bangle, things like that, make sure you keep some jewels for that. But honestly, other than that, I would say it's pretty safe to sell. And last little thing, I feel like I've been saying this in all of my videos, but once you start getting orichalcum, don't get too excited and make orichalcum ingots right away. I would recommend waiting until you reach level 10. When you do so, you'll get 1 free giant maker at the city hall. With the giant one, you can put 10 ores, get 3 ingots, compared to the small one where you put 5 ores and get just 1 ingot. So yeah, just wait a little bit before you convert all of your orichalcum. Alright, so I think that covers pretty much everything you need to know about mining in Story of Seasons Pioneers of Olive Town. If I forgot something or if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments and I'll try to answer as much as I can. Also, please feel free to let me know what you would like me to cover next. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this, and I'm gonna see you in the next video.